Fred again type beat and / tutorial, and I hope you can learn a few things. Let's get straight into it. First thing I want to highlight is drones, right? If you don't know what a drone is, it is a continuous note or chord that plays throughout the whole song and kind of creates a home for the song. So you can, I saw Fred again talk about it. I can't be able to find the clip, but basically he says the drone is like the home, and you can go away from home, go on holiday, and then come back. But you always have that root in the back, knowing what the emotion is of the song. So to create a drone, what I did is I got a piano sound, which sounds like this. Sounds like this. I played a G major chord, which is the root key of the song I made, and added this preset on, not preset, I created this preset for Valhalla Supermassive, which is a free delay plugin. And this is what the drone sounds like. Really, really atmospheric. And you just want it in the background just to sort of create that vibe. It's not a key feature. You might not even hear it throughout times, but it's just you always know it's there in the background. Right. Moving on from the drone, let's go to the sample I used. I used the sample from Amy Blue from her song called Shadows, which is a really beautiful song, and I'll play it right now.
Laying in your shadow while I wait.
Once I got that vocal extraction from that song, I manipulated it to match up with my 20 BPM timing and added a bit of reverb, and this is what that sounds like now.
Laying in your shadow while I wait.
And this vocal kind of adds to the key. It's a key element throughout the whole song, and it's sort of a remix of this song. So Amy Blue, if you're watching and you want to release this, then just hit me up, you know. Next thing we should move on to is the drums. So I have the drums come in in the chorus, and this is what they sound like together. I have a 4 on the floor kick, very common in his style of music: house, deep house, electronic, garage. 4 on the floor all the way. Next thing I added was a rim and a clap on the offbeat, and that's what these sound like together. And just to fill in the gap, added a hi-hat. You can see how this is sort of building up. Last 2 things I added was a percussion loop, which sounds like this, and a jazz ride, which sounds like this. So together, the drums sound like this. I also added a shaker for the second part of the chorus, just to help build up the energy. So this is what that sounds like. So for the drums, it's basically just house drums, but a bit of percussion flair and a bit more unique sample choicing, and you've got some Fred again drums. Next thing we're going to go into is the chords. The chords I used for this song were G major to C major, and the first chord sound I used was an ambient pad sound from Analog Lab, and that is what this sounds like. This is what that sounds like. I then layered that up with a piano sound, which actually has more going on than that, because this is just playing the chord, switching the chord, playing the chord, switching the chord. But for the piano, I actually created some rhythm, which is also really important. You can hear the sort of piano rhythm that he has in songs like Delilah Pull Me Out of this, like do 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 do. So I kind of went for inspiration from that, and this is what that sounds like. That's what my piano sounds like. Basic piano sound, nothing really going on it, just a bit of EQ. And together, the piano and the pad sound like this. that I used, we're going to move on to the bass. Bass lines are also a very key part in Fred Again's sound. If you listen to songs like Talk of the Town or Victory Lap, the bass carry and drive the rhythm. So for my bass, I've gone for two basses. I've gone for a Reese bass, which is a classic electronic music bass sound, which sounds like this, just following the root notes. And I've got Shaperbox STFU plugin, which is a free plugin, which basically does the same thing as Shaperbox, and is what's adding that gap for the kick, which you can hear. Next bass I've got, which I cut out the lows of, is this ARP wave, is ARP bass sound, which sounds like this. Again, both just copying the chord progressions, root notes, but really adding a nice effect into the low end, and together they sound like this. Next thing we're moving on to is how I chopped the vocal, which sounds like this. So what I've done here is I've just chopped up that original song Shadows by Amy Blue and changed different pitches. As you can see, some are the same, some are plus up an octave, some are plus up an octave, some are this normal, and together they sound like they create that sort of nice rhythm and bounce to the song, kind of creating some sort of its own melody. It was just all trial and error with this, to be honest, just experimenting with different rhythms, different parts of the vocal, and just on the end of each 8-bar I just kept some of the original vocal, which is this bit, without it being cut up in this. Where you go? And that's how I created this vocal sound. So it's just, all I can say is just trial and error with the song, see what works for you. Maybe don't even change anything, maybe just keep it playing throughout the whole thing. Next thing we're going to go into is arrangement and effects. So for the drop, Fred Again, well, not just for the drop, just throughout the songs in general, Fred Again loves to use filters, bringing high ends in, bringing lows out, changing different filters. So I use auto shift to add this sort of effect onto the vocal as it builds into the drop. If you can look at the bottom, auto filter, as we go into the drop, it rises, adding in high end. This is a really effective method Fred Again uses without having to add in new elements to change, to add dopamine for the listeners. He just brings in filters in and out. So I've done that for the vocal chop, and I've done it for the bass over here, the syncopated art bass. And for arrangement, my only tip for arrangement, just in general in beat making, is every 16 bars try and add in a new element or change an element, and you'll be pretty sound. So I have the kick come in around here, I have the vocal come in around here, but again, it's just trial and error. You're gonna make mistakes, but it's just keep going and keep trying different things, and eventually it will click into something that you quite like. So I've got different things coming in and out, but overall this is the final beat.
Laying in your shadow while I wait, bathing in some kind of shadow memory. Where you go, I'll follow till I find you. Bridal haze taking